Majesty Angel. I just wanted to come on this morning, right, and just say good morning, right? So, oh my God. So let me tell y'all, family, what happened to me yesterday. Damn, should I say this? Yeah, I'm gonna say this, right? Mm-mm. So it's crazy. So how everybody was home, relaxing, having a good day on Christmas, right? As I was home, having a good time with my family, with my kids, I experienced something that was so crazy. I experienced something that was so, it made me look at certain things yesterday. Like, nothing far stretched, but damn, I ain't even gonna beat around the bush. Okay, so yesterday, as as I was home, I was eating with with my family. My kids and stuff was playing and certain stuff like that. Somebody really had the audacity, right? That's what I'm thinking, because I always think. Somebody had the audacity, the fucking audacity, the call, or however it was, the police, you like what? And say that from out of my house, that somebody called 5 times, right? So I was so upset yesterday. I wasn't that upset, but it was so crazy. My son funny. He said, "Mommy, who is this banging on the door like that?" Now everybody should know. Everybody should know a crazy ass bang, right? So when I went to the door, I was looking at them like, "What the fuck is going on?" So they was like, "Are you all right, ma'am? Are you all right?" I was like, "All right." I said, "Of course I'm all right, right?" So they like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Didn't I just tell you that I'm all right?" I looked at them. I shut my door. I said, "Yo, who the fuck would do something like that on Christmas?" It's so crazy how people would feel some type of way towards you or however the situation may be. But when it come to, um, I don't know, it just made me look at a whole bunch of different things differently. Now I don't know if it's because of, I don't know. It really got me thinking very, very differently this morning. So, yeah, click clack. Like what? Click click clack. Cause I feel like it's certain things that people mm, should just have common sense, right? It's just certain things that people should not motherfucking do. Like some things is just off limits, off lines, right? And when people start moving funny and weird, like because it just still got my brain click click clacking. Yeah, just really out. So I'm today as I'm just thinking. I said, okay. I see what I'm gonna do. So I was like, I'm just gonna revive from having, cause for New Year's I was gonna put together this whole big thing. I was gonna spend a lot of fucking money. And I said, okay, I'm gonna get low. So instead of me spending all of this money, I said I'm gonna just do something else. So I found a really nice I don't think people be lying, but I found a really nice townhouse, and I was like, okay, I gotta move from out of this situation into another situation. So I see I gotta watch what I say. I gotta watch how I'm moving and certain stuff like that. So I just want to talk about this crazy shit that's going on. I just wanted to say that. So let me tell you. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. You're like, what? I don't know why people, because right now it's talking about this girl talking about would a man build a woman up, and if a woman has a heavy body count. You're like, what? She said, once a man builds a woman up and he finds out that she has a large body count, will he still wife her? Right now, it's so crazy how sometimes people can get penalized because of their past. meaning the different things that they have done, the different shit that they have done. That's not the first time I actually heard something like that. Just about a woman. I remember it was a girl who actually mm, it was a girl who actually wanted to break a record, and I think she slept with like 1,000 guys or something like that. Like it's different. You like why? Well, depending on a man and shit like that. But if a man is building a woman up, but then I just say that for you have some women who feel like they can build up a man too. I always say that, right? But I understand that some women, us women, we can never be a man. You know what I mean? We can never do what they do. Yeah, we can never have relationships the way that they do. But huh, damn, I'm like, why? Because even a porn star, well, that's different. I don't know. I have no idea. But I feel like even a porn star, when she get to the point, and if she wants to get married or however it may be, I feel like as long as the dude understands her, because I know somebody who used to be in the life and shit like that. She used to do a whole bunch of different shit. Yeah, should I tell her fucking business? I wonder if she'd be mad if I was to tell her business. But she used to do some crazy shit, right? But it was because of her environment. You know what I mean? So she had to move a lot differently. So she was doing some shit that the norms, that the people, the world would say that it wasn't good. But she did this because she felt like it was the only way for her to get herself from out of her situation. And I don't think people sometimes understand that. For you have some people who do a lot of different things differently for survival. Now, if you are coming across a woman who have done a certain stuff or however it was, and she had to do something for a survival moment, I don't think that maybe she should be held accountable for shit like that. But what I can say, my girlfriend who did something like she married now, and she married to an ex motherfucking NFL player, and she actually live in Atlanta. You like what she do, she do, and it's so crazy how the world or society, however people want to look at it, they want to um determine the way that somebody close out their story. They want to close out the way that somebody can have a happily ever after, right? And because of the things that people have done in in their past, um, it sometimes can come back to haunt people. But I always say if people are very honest and they're living in their truth, people should be able to accept them for the way that they are. You know what I mean? Because nobody's perfect, and I look at shit like that. So, yeah, I always looked at like shit like that. I always looked at shit like that, like a body count. Body count. That shit got me thinking like body count. Nah, nah. I was very, very different. You was like, nah, because you have some women who don't know. You like, what, bitch? You don't know. They don't know the protocol. They don't know how it is. But for a person to just be on the streets, because I'm trying to break it down, I feel like a bitch that have a body count like that, right? If that's not your profession, meaning you're not a porn star, however it might be, or maybe you got into escort business or however it may be, but to have a chick just on the streets and she's just moving around, you understand what I'm saying? And she's just moving around, and now because she's in the streets and she just she went and populated, you like, what the fuck you mean? Yeah, she's just in the streets. Now that's I always feel like that. I always feel like that. Like what? Because I always say, just dealing with the girls in the industry or however it may be, I was just never that type of a person that I would want to go around a group of niggas, because you could have groups and groups and groups and groups of niggas, and you'll have a lot of females who have done a lot of stuff with these men. So I'll be looking like that. I don't know how people could feel comfortable and they're going somewhere, right? And now where you're going, you didn't fuck like 5, 10 fucking niggas, and now they're all just congregating. So I always like to say, like, niggas talk about chicks the same way chicks talk about niggas. And I always like to say, for you have to pay attention, because I always look at it like that. I said that the other day. People be looking at people like niggas are the prize. You know what I mean? Like a dude be like, this bitch, I just wanna fuck this. I just wanna do this shit with this bitch. I just wanna fuck this bitch. You'll have a whole bunch of bitches around talking about what they wanna do with a nigga too. You know what I mean? So the same way a nigga's thinking that he's getting over, you just don't understand this bitch. She just got over. You like what? No, that's how that should be. This bitch just double team, double that, double tagged your ass. So now they get back with their girls like, yeah, I was with this nigga. Yeah, I got this nigga. Because it happened like that. And that shit is so weird. I remember, because my girlfriend, it's so funny, my girlfriend Candy, she was a stripper. She was my girlfriend. She was a stripper. And out in Jersey, from where we live at, for a lot of people who don't know, New Jersey sucks. You like, why? That's why I moved from Jersey, right? Because I come from Jersey. I come from a slow town, which is after 10 o'clock, everything is fucking closed. The last train that leave from out of there is 12 o'clock. So if you miss your motherfucking train, you are stranded. The buses close down at 10 o'clock. So once the buses and shit close down, that means you are stuck. I have walked plenty times from motherfucking towns over because everything was closed, or once everything is closed, now you taking a fucking $50 cab from one town to another fucking town. You understand what I'm saying? So shit is very, very differently out there, motherfucker. Yes, it is. But yeah, yo, envy is crazy. I'm seeing the length of envy. I'm seeing the length of jealousy. You know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of different envy and jealousy. It could be from off of people that you want to talk to or you want to deal with. Yo, I hate shit like that. I never seen it, but I seen it before. That's what I was trying to say. So because certain shit used to close at night from where I come from after the bars, because the bars out there is weird. Like the bars are closed maybe two in the morning or something like that. So what we would do, the people who I used to rock with, once everything would close, we would go over and we would go to the bar and shit like that. And I'll never forget this fucking bitch. You like what? Because we used to chill in a strip club. That was our norm. That was like a chill out spot. You like what? So the same when people be like, "Oh, I'm going to the strip club," they going to the strip club to see bitches and shit like that. When we was coming up, we going to the strip club because we know that's how I used to. Oh, this nigga gonna be in the strip club. We was like, fuck the bitches. I know if I go in here, it's gonna be a whole bunch of shit because that's how we was moving. You know, we was in there, throwing money and having fun and a whole bunch of other shit. But it was a congregation. So this bitch gonna come up to me talking about, that shit was weird. That shit was weird. You'll be so surprised how bitches will really pay attention to and they'll clock who you fucking with. Cause she was like, how the fuck you talking to this nigga? And I was drinking my motherfucking Patron. I looked at this bitch because I couldn't believe it. How people really have the audacity to even say some shit like that. How you bag this nigga? And it just fun. It just crossed my mind very well. I was like, if you don't get the fuck away from me. So jealousy that's coming up from just building whatever that you want to build with. Because I always feel like, why all of a sudden I might could start liking this nigga, I might could want to start chasing after this nigga, and then all of a sudden you'll start hearing everything underneath the sun about a motherfucker. He ain't shit, he's a cheating son of a bitch, he talked about 15 bitches, he don't know how to treat his bitch right, this that and the third. That shit be the most craziest shit, and I always look at shit like that. And I'm always the type of person, I run to the fire. I don't run away from the fire. Like that shit, I have my ears percolating. Like, okay, you telling me not to do some shit, or let me figure it out. Why motherfuckers don't want me to talk to this motherfucker? You know what I mean? Why people don't want me to go here, they don't want me to do that. And you people need to pay attention. And I'm learning so much shit off of social media. So I'm just really like falling back. I really wanted to be mad. And I really wanted to shit on people. I swear to God, because the animosity that people have towards people is ridiculous. It's very, very ridiculous. And you'll be surprised how people come and they come on your page and they do a whole bunch of other different crazy shit. Yeah. Hmm. So from just me going through whatever I went through yesterday on Christmas with the motherfucking police and shit like that, how the fuck that shit made me want to go into a gated community. I don't want to. So now I'm revising. So instead of me paying a stack or something like that to have a good time to do this, I'm about to put a stack in some more shit, and I'm about to disappear, and I'm about to go missing, and then I'm gonna regroup my shit. So I like how God always he always reveals certain things, and I started crying yesterday. But I wasn't crying yesterday like that, but I started praising God because I just said that yesterday. For you don't know how covered and protected people are, and because of the ignorance from other people, it can do so much shit, or it can cause unnecessary, you know what I mean, unnecessary problems. I was never that type of a woman to like do shit like that. Like, I was talking on the phone with my god sister, and I feel bad for her son because he just had twins by a wicked ass bitch. That's the worst. He just had twins by a wicked ass bitch, right? And this bitch, she lied to the court, said that my nephew beat her up. She went in court with a neck brace and shit like that. It's not funny. I was so pissed off when my god sister told me this story. And people gotta watch out because people be hating and shit like that. Yeah, find out you talking to somebody or however it may be, and the motherfucker is just so cruel and so wicked, and you won't understand that shit until you actually start dealing with somebody. You won't see how a motherfucker actually really, really, truly feel about you until you start dealing with somebody. You won't actually feel how envious and jealous a motherfucker is until you start dealing with somebody, or until you start actually starting to get your life together. You start being really, really fucking motherfucking productive and shit like that, and then that's when the bullshit come. So I always say, for you niggas, you heard what I said? You niggas. Damn, I think my asthma, because I keep wheezing. That's crazy. So yeah, so for you niggas, be careful, yo. Yeah, don't worry about what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? As long as when y'all meet up and y'all chop up and y'all have an understanding, you know what I mean? And that's why I always say, for it's not good sometimes to have secrets and shit like that, because my girlfriend, who was doing a whole bunch of different shit, she had a happy ever after, regardless of the fact that however her story was told. And that's what be funny about people, because through so much shit that people have been through, or they have put their body through, or whatever that they have done, you'll be crazy how niggas feel some type of way about niggas happy ever after, right? And because she went through a whole bunch of different shit, and because actually, I always look at it like that. God actually sent her a man who actually understands her, and I hope, well, she had no choice to tell the nigga, because her fucking sister was a fucking hater. And that's crazy how shit can come inside, because she actually found somebody who loved her, right? This nigga is an ex NFL player. He actually seen that she had something within her, however the fuck that it was. He moved her ass down the fuck to Atlanta somewhere, right? Not only towards that, she gave this nigga 2 kids. Not only because of her being around a real man, or however it was, this bitch went back to school. She running a motherfucking a company, all types of shit. She don't have to worry about nothing or how the fuck it might be. Yeah, so that was weird. That was very, very weird. That bitch got me. I ain't nowhere near no motherfucker. You like what? I'm just saying, I'm nowhere motherfucking near a motherfucking 100 people. I'm not even near. Yo. You like what? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I don't want to shame nobody. I don't want to put nobody down, because just because I don't have a whole bunch of bodies and a whole bunch of different shit, and I can move around comfortably, I don't want to shame the next person. I just tell women to do better, you know what I mean, of the society. And especially if y'all niggas is dealing with a woman or however it may be, then you know what I mean. It is what it is. Like, you crazy. Because it doesn't matter. You like what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the fuck it might happen or how it may be. I always like to say that don't never let a motherfucker determine your fucking happiness or however you feel. Right? Now I'm just saying for my sons. Like, well, I'm different. Very, very different. I feel like as long as a woman or a girl, whatever, first and foremost, she always got to be God filled. She got to have some type of motherfucking foundation before I even release my sons to even date a girl. You know what I mean? Like that, I look at a lot of shit differently. Like, how strong are you? I don't want my sons to be with nobody that's weak. That's just how I am. I don't want my son that's gonna be with somebody that fold. I need my sons to be with somebody who's gonna be strong. You know what I mean? And they gonna understand the principles of just being a woman, being able to make sure my sons and shit are gonna be careful. Okay, Papa. Okay, yeah, because I don't think no mother wanna feel like that. Mm-mm. I wanna know when God come and God put me in the dirt. I wanna know that my sons are gonna be okay once I'm not here, even though I'm gonna be here spiritually. But I think that's what it can be also for a mom. The love towards their son. As long as a woman's gonna treat my son the way that that they need to be treated. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck is going on with these people. But I do know niggas is haters. Niggas is jealous. Whole bunch of wicked shit. And people is like out here trying to just like do the craziest shit to people. hmm And that's why I started crying and shit like that. Because, yo, it's nothing like having a spiritual protection or however it was. And, I just thank God all the time. I really, really do. I thank God for my covering, my protection that I have over me and my family. My kids, they were so mad at me because I was like, "Stop it!" Because it really fucked me up. Because I was like, "Why the fuck? What the fuck is going on?" Like on Christmas, somebody will really do some crazy wicked shit like that to me. So I always say like that, or however it may be, because that shit was just mad weird. And the more I keep thinking about it, I get angry about it. Because I'm a good person, you know what I mean. I don't do shit. I'm not out here trying to do shit. Like, I'm a great mom. You know what I mean? I do. So for people, yeah, people are wicked, yo. People curse themselves. I always say that you gotta be careful how you treat people, what you do to people and shit like that. Yeah. So y'all niggas, y'all be careful. When motherfuckers start talking bad about your shorty or however it may be or however it may go, just look at it. Like, niggas is haters. Yeah. Niggas are haters. Now you got a bitch up there talking about once a nigga build her up and he find out that's what she said. And he find out she have 100 bodies and shit like that. What would you do? Crazy. You got some niggas who got I was thinking about Empire. You got some wives and you got some women. That's a real different solid bitch right there. I ain't doing all of that. Like, but I will go sit down and make some crazy ass motherfucking great deals and a whole bunch of other stuff. But you got some women who are very, very different for their husbands, and they do a whole bunch of different other crazy shit for their husbands. It's all about the team players, the people who they want in their life, the people, you know what I mean? So, let me get off this topic. Let me go. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to go out to eat. Do you think for a 6-year, like not a 6-year, but do you think for 11-year-old, I should really pay like almost $200, something like that, just for him to eat? Cause I want to go to this restaurant, like right today. You like what? You son of a bitches. You like what? And I hate to be like that sometimes, cause niggas be so envious and so crazy, and that's why I always like to tell my son sometimes when niggas like when the kids be trying to bully him or however it may be or how it may go, and or people, I be like, yo, my son eat better than your husband, bitch. For real, for real. I'm blessed. My kids are blessed, right? So now I just want to get up there. But I'm kind of contemplating. Like, I don't think 11-year-old should. I feel like that because that's like OD or however it may be. But I won't give a fuck. So I'm over here thinking what I want to do today. I want to go out to eat, take my son. Because that's what we do. I like taking him to a lot of different places. But I'm just kind of thinking, like, should I pay like two something just for his shit? Like, compared to mine. So I'm about to spend like 500 or however it may be for us to just eat. But that's what we do. That's how I do. But That's why certain shit. That's why I don't post shit. I don't do. I move very very differently because you got everybody posting shit. You got everybody doing shit, and that's just a window of. It's a good thing. I don't want to take that away from people, but I know how people feel about me, especially women, especially the people that follow me like that, or however it may go. And I'm not in the season. They're gonna see a whole nother different motion. So now I ain't show shit. You like, nah. I got a lot of haters. They showing a whole bunch of different things. Like when it comes to very like sentimental stuff, that's how I feel. I'm not showing none of that shit. I'm not gonna show my motherfucking kids opening no motherfucking presents. Fuck out of here. I'm not gonna show what a motherfucker gave me as well. I'm not doing none of that. And you have people who do that. It's like like showcasing. For to each his own, but I'm not showing shit. I like when a motherfucker think I'm fucked up. I love it the best. I love it. Since everybody want to feel like that, then you're right. You like what? Hell yeah. My mindset is differently. So now you like what? Now I was just sitting here just going over a whole bunch of different paperwork because for a lot of different people, when you're dealing in a different avenue, a different chain, and a different perfection, you know, like I have to do my shit. I would have to like change over my certifications. I would have to do this. I would have to do that, and that's all that I'm doing. Yeah, that's all that I'm doing. Yeah, that's all that I'm doing. So I'm just the New Year's. But I said the New Year's was gonna be something beautiful. New Year's gonna be beautiful. People's drive, the different things that they going on and shit like that. But let me get up. I gotta get up and start my day. Y'all know how I'll be moving. But I just wanted to come on here and say that. Yeah. Build the bitch up. You like what? Like that's crazy. Build her up. Build her up. Build her up. Mm. Build her up. Nobody should be penalized because of their past. Nobody. Nobody should be penalized because of their past. Especially if you don't know their story. You don't know what the fuck they've been through. You don't know why the fuck they had to do certain shit the way that they had to do it. You know what I mean? You have some people who just don't understand the certain shit. Just for me, like, how can I? Because I always like to say something. I always like to. Yo, it's very, very differently. I'll just say it like this. You have somebody that can go to work. I understand that, right? However you want to be, 5 days, however the fuck you want to do it. And then you have somebody, I worked 7 days. I did whatever I did, however you want to look at it, one day or whatever, and I just made 10 times more what the fuck I did actually going to work. That's a whole different other beast. That's a whole nother different other monster. And now because of what I'm doing, I could try to do what I need to do to make my situation a little bit better. People gotta look at that. Just don't look at what a motherfucker is telling you. Just don't look at what the fuck you then came across. You know what I mean? Or however it may be. You gotta ask yourself a real true life situation. Like, what the fuck? Because people don't. You got some people who do some weird shit, but 9 out of 10, you have a lot of people who do shit from out of survival. Now, because of the way that they went about it, sometimes it don't be right. But if that's the only way that they feel like they can better themselves and they can help themselves, it's different. You know what I mean? It really is. Where a lot of different shit, or I just look at shit differently. Yup, y'all have a good morning. Oh, let me get up. I was gonna be petty this morning. I was. I know somebody watching me. I ain't even going front. But thank you. I always like when people do certain things, because when they do certain things, then I can fall back and I can move accordingly. Yeah, accordingly. It was crazy because even somebody that I follow too, I remember I had got like a Benz or whatever. Man, I got a Benz. I just had it just for a little bit. So funny. And the bitch had almost the same Benz. So when she seen it, and I jumped out with a Benz, the bitch made her husband go buy her a Benz. Like the pettiness of bitches, that shit that happened. Like, yo, that's crazy. I'm not in the lead. I'm not in that motion with people. So that's why I always like to say, for people be like, my partner is great. My partner buys me this. My partner do this, that, and the third. I'm like, cool. You know what I mean? God bless you. You like what? God bless you. Because the same way people they be watching out, it's the same way people be counting on people blessings and shit like that. However they be looking at what niggas partners and certain shit do for them. And then I'm never gonna call my nigga and be like, this bitch got a Benz, she got a G-Wagon, so can you go buy me a bigger one? Damn, this bitch just showed her house. Honey, can you go buy me a bigger house? Like, what the fuck? But that's the weird and the crazy shit that bitches and niggas do. I don't give a fuck what the fuck I don't. I'm not in comparison. I'm not competing for nothing. I'm not competing. I'm not in the lane of proof stuff. Oh man, it's cold. I thought we were supposed to have like a winter storm. I'm happy that it didn't come. Yeah. So I'm just trying to think what I'm gonna do now for New Year's. So I was trying to come up with a whole bunch of different things, and I really don't. As much as I be saying I want to go party and stuff like that, I can't even be around a whole bunch of different people. It's gonna be New Year's. People gonna be smacked. The energy gonna be crazy. People gonna go missing. You like, yo, that's the truth of it. So much shit happen on New Year's Eve. People go missing. People do crazy shit. I'm trying to think now. I'd rather spend a couple of bands or whatever. Be laid up. And that's what I would do. So until next time, you guys be blessed. Bye.